The EU's stance towards Israel has hardened significantly in recent months. Among the issues, a concern by member states that financial assistance to Israel might be used to prop up the illegal settlements in occupied territories. The new guidelines will cover Israeli-EU interaction involving economics, science, culture and academia. Grants and scholarships will be the main type of funding affected. What it doesn't cover, not yet at least, is trade. But the sentiment is clear.
These guidelines were prepared in order to implement the Commission's commitment to make a clear distinction in relevant EU legislation between the State of Israel and the occupied territories.
And Palestinian authorities have warmly welcomed the news.
Israel should listen very carefully and should understand that this occupation cannot continue without any kind of accountability and with nothing but profit for Israel and nothing to lose.
Israeli projects which want EU financial support will have to sign a clause stipulating that they operate solely within the country's pre-1967 borders and not in East Jerusalem, the occupied West Bank or the Golan Heights. The Israelis say that effectively the guidelines demand an explicit admission that the settlements are not part of Israel. The reaction of the Israeli government has been swift and critical.
I would expect from those who really want peace and stability in the region to discuss the issue after they solve problems that are slightly more urgent in the region, like the civil war in Syria or Iran's race to obtain a nuclear weapon.
US Secretary of State John Kerry is back in the Middle East this week for more consultations on whether negotiations can be restarted between Israel and the Palestinians. He's due to meet Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in Jordan. This EU decision is surprisingly far-reaching and will affect areas including Israeli scientific cooperation, youth exchanges, sport and even tourism. The question is whether it will provide an incentive to draw Israel back into meaningful talks or push it further away from the negotiating table. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, Jerusalem.